Namaste.
Namaste.
So I'm always wondering that how you relate with Ayurveda, since you are coming from a different culture, different landscape where you may not be able to experience or relate Ayurveda from your birth, but still, how you are relating Ayurveda now?
I think Ayurveda is difficult to understand it. You just have to experience it. Through experience, you feel what it's doing in your body, and that's it. No need of more explanation. Then you go to the text and try to understand, but this is a long process.
So the body's experience is important.
For me, the body experience, you feel. If you wake up at the good time, you eat what you need to eat, you have the activity in the good order, you put oil on yourself, you feel the body will absorb it and you feel better and more calm. So it just experience by experience, and I think it's like this they discover it too. So it's, and you feel linked with the nature. It's something not very foreign from the body. It's something very compatible with the body, and yeah, many things is just natural Vegas and natural movement, natural combination.
So with all these experience, what do you think that Ayurveda has contributed in your life? What essentially it has contributed?
I think it helped me to change my mindset, to understand more about how to preserve the health. I come from a background where we were disease based, focused on disease, and you have to fight against. For me, Ayurveda is more how to create an healthy context, healthy daily life, to maintain the health and to improve the health, and if needed to tackle the disease, but going to the root cause of it. And most of the time you can understand the root cause is in the mind. So yes, it's helped me a lot to understand it and to practice it on myself first, and to really understand it can help a lot of people. Depend how we do it, how the people can take it, and how to combine it with other medical systems.
So, as just extending from your view, do you feel that there is a fundamental difference in the knowledge how the biomedicine has synthesized with the disease-centric approach and Ayurveda with its health-centric approach? So do you feel that that knowledge of health-centric approach in its virtue itself can make a people more empowered rather than to fear in that way?
For me, the problem with biomedicine, we are limited with protocols and scientific discovery. And we are linked with big pharma because they produce it and they produce what they want to produce, not what we need them to produce. In Ayurveda, Vaidya are the researcher, are the clinician, are the treatment producer, selecting the drugs. So even your practice is holistic, and you are you are autonomous, independent. You can go everywhere, and even without any treatment, you can do something with what is available, the plant, the spices. So for me, it really impressed me how the knowledge is really deep. He has not changed, almost not changed the basic from centuries, because it's the way you interpret it and how you connect it with the context that you can find and apply the knowledge. For us, we change our knowledge every 20 years, saying, oh, what we discovered before, now it's no use, we have to change it. So yeah, it's very, very different. But at one point, I think we are in this world, we have to combine both and to find the best way for both to cooperate.
So, in another way, the Vaidya become essentially the accountable person for that. You are not putting the burden and responsibility to some other. So interestingly, one very reputed Ayurveda doctor was telling me that when he was graduated from an Ayurveda college and he was talking to his mentor who is not academically qualified, he was telling that, oh, now we have to test this drug with an animal study to his mentor after just passing out. So his mentor was asking, so you are telling me about testing medicine in the rats and rabbits, isn't it? Yeah, he was telling yes. Then how we can know about the toxicity? So the mentor's response was, what is the role of animals to actually go through these kind of burden with that? They have not experimented with these drugs. You have find out the drug, and someone is going to take. Then what is the role of these animals? So it is essentially you are going to be a accountable person if you are not making the drug properly, not examining the patient properly, and not providing the treatment properly. So he was putting quote unquote as you are telling. So it's entirely the 360-degree responsibility and burden is with the Vaidya.
Exact. And I think the Vaidya has knowledge how to test the drug, how to follow the process. He knows it. If he is doing it, if he's giving the responsibility to a company to do it, he loses his responsibility in it, and he doesn't know what he's giving to the patient. But if he's doing himself, he can control the quality of every step of the production.
So just one of my friend who is a biomedical doctor, he was telling that even though if he wishes to prepare one paracetamol, he cannot do that because he is entirely dependent on pharmaceutical company to prepare and to discover drug. Even if he is having the expertise, he cannot produce.
No, it's forbidden. Now they separate, in France, they separate pharmacist and medical practitioner. You cannot have officinal to prepare drugs. From the Second War, it was a gift.
So it's imperative that the Ayurveda Vaidya is the backbone and this thing of taking care of the health, isn't it, in that way?
And he have to fight not to lose this power, this competency and power. Because if they give this responsibility to companies, at one point they will say you have no more right to make your drugs. So I think it's the more free healer in this planet. Vaidyas are more free.
So interestingly, how you perceive about this environment? Now we are about and experiencing a global landscape of Ayurveda. International people, researchers, policy makers, people from policies are coming. So how you actually perceive this kind of, whether it is a progress or what kind of a progress does it going to bring in Ayurveda? This kind of
certain sense, it is a progress because Ayurveda is known by more people and a lot of discussion happening, lot of limitation and challenge. But in one sense, it become too much commercial. And the problem with the commerce, more it's grow, more they want it to grow and too fast. So at one point maybe a lot of products from Ayurveda without the philosophy of Ayurveda. And this will, I think it will not be a good image for Ayurveda if the science is not strong enough to say this is Ayurveda, this is not Ayurveda. And for me, the company and the commerce doesn't have to take the lead on it. The Vaidya has to keep to decide what is Ayurveda, what is not Ayurveda.
So I would just request you to give any kind of wishes to Global Ayurveda Festival, like maybe what kind of wish you can think about, or
I wish Global Ayurveda Festival to really spread the strong message on the principle of Ayurveda and which area we have to focus. For me, it's more on knowledge, it's more on education, it's more on research. And it is good to have business growth in the world, but I think we have to put this as the second part, or maybe the first part, but to bring this money back to the research and the education system.
Back to Vaidyas.
Yes, because if we don't make the roots growing, the tree will fall. A little wind.
So, just by concluding, now we are taking this interview for the Sattva media, which is actually born from an effort in order to come up with kind of a media platform for uniting Indian systems of knowledge, thinking or philosophy. So how do you think about that, and just it may be important to have your wishes to Sattva?
Yes, I think it's very important to diffuse the testimony of experience on Ayurveda, what is real Ayurveda, to really improve the awareness of Indian society, because if Indian society, Indian population will really support Ayurveda, government and policymaker has to follow, then it can be very strong and be spread in a good way. My fear is Ayurveda to grow too fast and not with the strength of the basics. So thanks a lot for Sattva to do this job. And
Thanks a lot
Life.
from my side too. Thanks, Sattva.